Well, propaganda buster, you still haven't got it yet. You were raising hell about the Supreme Court's rule that the detainees in Guantanamo Bay can get the same rights and privileges to A, prove their innocence beyond a reasonable doubt. When George Bush illegally authorized the capture of foreigners from their own country to be brought over here to do what? Failure to stand trial because they're foreign nationals? They're so-called terrorists? We don't know that. So the right of habeas corpus is to establish innocence or guilt. No more than you sit there and praise George Bush for the so-called war on terror, him defending our freedoms by taking it away from others. Well, let's say you, my friend, who is Italian, how would you feel if you talk to somebody on your cell phone or on your home phone and ask a question, talk to somebody like your family members in Italian, and suddenly whoever your cell phone service or your home telephone services decides to turn over all your phone records to the government, violating your Fourth and your Fifth, without due process, without a warrant. I think the Supreme Court did a great job. They should have stepped in much sooner. Since the onset of this so-called war on terror has been nothing more than a farce. It should have been a wake-up call to people like you. Your freedoms are being stolen every day because sooner or later they're going to do away with habeas corpus. Who needs it? If George Bush says you're a terrorist, he can say because you don't speak good English, you're a terrorist. What is it going to happen when they throw you in, they decide to pull up to your job or pull up to your house, throw you in the back of a car and take you down to a holding cell, and you ask yourself a question: what am I being held for? Shut your damn mouth. When am I going to get a trial? For what? They can hold you as long as they want. They can hold you. What are you in jail for? I don't know. I was proud of the Supreme Court. First time I've been able to say that in quite a while. They did the right thing for once. When the federal government kidnaps somebody from their own country without due process, if these motherfuckers are guilty, let the Bush administration prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. Put it before a jury. Put it before the U.S. court systems. Show that our court systems truly work. No, they can't do that. Rather, people like you been smoking that George Bush weed. Get off of it. You should be praising the decision of the Supreme Court. The reason they're authorizing it, these people have never been tried, held in federal. That's why the Supreme Court got to hear it. They're in federal custody. The moment the United States government takes custody of anybody, even in a foreign land, once they assume custody, they get the rights and privileges thereof. Check it out. It's in the Geneva Convention. If they'd come over to Italy and took one of your family members and brought them over here for war crimes charges, once the U.S. government takes custody of anybody, even in a foreign land, that person automatically adopts the rights and privileges thereof. So automatically, when they took them, the United States government took complete control. And under that complete control meant they have the right to due process. On the battlefield, they were better off just killing them. But once you take prisoners, you take responsibilities. Learn to remember that. But everything else, I agree, this country is going to hell in a handbasket. But I believe we needed people more like Ron Paul People like him could have helped showed the way. But I believe right now it's too late. But everything else you said about our country being bought and paid for by special interests and stuff like that, I agree with you. But I hope you take that pitchfork and put it for what it needs to bring liberties back to this country, to fight for equality like that, to make sure what our founding fathers had laid for us, we stay that track. Not going on being nation builders and butting our nose into entangling alliances. But other than that, the rest of it was all right. You have a good one. Bye.